what are your thoughts about Kenya? Yesterday we received news from FIFA having banned Kenya from participating in any international related activities regarding football. So what are your takes on that?
Actually, I'll be very open from my heart. I'll speak from my heart. I was very impressed by the decision. Yes, I was very impressed, I'll say that. Because so far, up to where we are, our country, the leaders, the government has not been serious, especially with sports. I remember the FKF president who resigned, Mr. Nick Mwendwa. There was this time Harambee Stars, I don't know, they traveled to where they lacked enough funds. They were stranded in a hotel. Their bills were not yet sorted. Yet we have a running government. What's the issue of that? So the ban by FIFA, I think it came a bit slow. I expected it to happen very fast, so that they would now come to their senses, and I hope they now know that they have totally destroyed football in this country. So I think they'll be happy right now. They'll come back to their senses, and I'm praying that when this ban is over, somebody else should take over, do what is the best, because the current government, the current sponsors and whatever, you've completely succeeded in destroying football. People were crying, no stadiums, no what. I remember there was this time stadiums were being banned. Now it's all matches have been banned, all international matches. So congratulations, you've managed to destroy football.
Guys, there you have it, and clearly being in the Gatekeeper show just clearly shows you that we are a true representation of the society, where each and everyone, we always have our own independent reasoning and thoughts, which is so much welcome. So those are Pogba's views.
Last night, Kenya was suspended from all FIFA activities by FIFA. Sadiq, what does this mean to the local Kenyan?
It means that the process that began in November last year has now come to an end. The disbandment of the Football Kenya Federation by the sports minister, and anything that has been happening since that time has now been put to a stop, literally by FIFA. That email yesterday from FIFA Secretary General was addressed specifically to Barry Otieno, the duly recognized Secretary General of FIFA's own member federation, Football Kenya Federation. So in a nutshell, it's a process that has been terminated by FIFA. Anything that has been happening in world of football in Kenya since last year has now come to a note. And this means, Eric, that in a nutshell, we have been iced from the table of football, both in Africa and elsewhere in the world. Many people would say there's nothing we are playing for at this moment, but you imagine what if the Kenya women's football team had qualified, for the Africa Cup of Nations. But then these are some of the things that come up. So we cannot transfer our players. Our leagues don't count for anything. They could just as well, be friendly matches, because we cannot play in the CAF Champions League. We cannot play in the CAF Confederations Cup. These are club competitions that are going on at the moment. So our players cannot be transferred to anywhere. Our own officials cannot be invited to seminars like the Sakafa one going on in Tanzania, which is being graced by FIFA CAF Secretary General. So we have been slammed. Brex has been slammed on Kenyan football, and the confusion that has been around, occasioned by the minister's decision to disband Football Kenya Federation last year. So all of these have now been put to a stop.
If you come to me clearly, I will still maintain what I told you yesterday night. I'm not happy as a football fan. It's something which is uncalled for. It should not be happening. This is like the second time that we are being banned again. The last time we were banned, we had the FKL president who was called Nyenzwe. He was also, there was that kind of tussle conflict whereby the government intervened and FIFA banned us. It's never a cool thing, because the pride of any nation is always to participate in these international fixtures, because they always help a lot. They help in the funding of a national team. They help with also the FIFA ranking. Once FIFA ranking improves of a nation, it's able to benefit players. Because remember, outside here, like maybe in England, Germany, Italy, they always use something called the coefficient points to be able to know which player they're going to buy from a specific country. So if a country like Kenya we've not achieved or we've not reached those points, that means that they can't buy players from our country. And that's why we really need to be on the international platform. Do you know that being banned from that also affects our players? That means that if today the transfer windows were to be opened, none of the Kenyan player can be bought outside from the international leagues.
We should blame that on our government.
Exactly. So now, I want us to stop blaming them. Now I want to speak to the government directly, because currently what has happened because Amina Mohammed and Co, because she is the minister or the cabinet secretary for sports, they were able to introduce a caretaker committee to be able to take over from Nick Mwenda's FKF, and that definitely went contrary to FIFA, because FIFA is an independent body which only respects and recognizes the committee which has been duly appointed by elected leaders in office. That's why even the communication from the FIFA president came straight through the Secretary General of FKF. So we are calling upon the government through CS Amina Mohammed, please move with speed and make sure that we resolve this issue. Because I remember the president yesterday said, the FIFA president, he said that we know what to do. And clearly I believe as the government, we know what to do. Let's sort this mess as early as possible, because we need our stadiums back. It's the campaign seasons in Kenya. Raila Odinga, who is the former prime minister and who is also the front runner in the presidential campaigns, promised that once he takes reins, he would want to make sure that Harambee Stars qualifies both in African Cup of Nations and in World Cup. But my question to you, Mr. Odinga, which team will you take to African Cup of Nations or World Cup if that team has been banned from participating? So clearly, because I know you are also a lover of football and you are a stakeholder in this story regarding football, please intervene. We are calling upon you. Talk to the government. You have an influence in one way or the other. Convince them to have a sit down to find a way on how to solve this issue. We can't live, we can't stay without football in our country. In as much as we hear as fans of outside of English Premier League or any other league in the world, remember that pride always starts at home. We want to celebrate from home. It started with our ladies, the Harambee Starlets. They were supposed to play the AFCON qualifiers. I think they were even qualified. They had even qualified to the AFCON. But now that dream can't happen. They have to wait for another 2 years. That is a dream denied. That is an opportunity denied. And yet we needed that stage. We needed that opportunity to participate in that. So my plea as we end the show is, can the government do something? We need football back in our country, Kenya. We can do better. Let's do better. I know it's a hard thing to do, but with visionary leaders and leaders with the best interest at heart for the football community in our country, you are going to swallow your pride and you're going to make it happen. So I know and I hope that this message will reach the necessary authorities. And as the gatekeepers, we will always be here to keep the gates open and to update you and to tell you and to call issues as they are.
Yeah, just a quick question. What if the government reacts quick? What will be the response from the FIFA?
FIFA said that we know what to do. So if we do what is expected of us, definitely they will be able to rescind or to call back that ban.
I know they have ears, they've heard that. I hope they respond very quickly.
And on that also, Zimbabwe were also banned from the same. We are not going to tackle stories regarding Zimbabwe, but we also wish them the best. May the responsible party also act quick so that as Africa, Man, I miss Chipolopolo. So we want also to see Chipolopolo back in the field. So the government of Zimbabwe, this is also a wake-up call to you to do something for the Chipolopolo people.
I thought the Chipolopolo was from Zambia.
Zambia? No, we are talking Zimbabwe. The Mugabe.
The Mugabe.
Apologies, guys. Chipolopolo is from Zambia, and it's not Zambia which was banned. It was Zimbabwe.
Yeah, the Mugabe.
Lusaka.
I believe if Mugabe was here with us, that would not have happened. That's why sometimes I respect these African legit people in heart.
May his soul rest in peace, Mr. Mugabe, Robert Mugabe. So I think we can end the show.
Yeah, we can end on a very sad note. But honestly, this is a wake-up call. That's what I've said. I am happy FIFA has made the government realize how stupid they are by not supporting the sports and talents. Thank you.
Until next time, we are out. So remember to subscribe, like,
and share.
We will be smiling with you in the next video. But until then, go ahead.